everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we are going to be learning how to cut this beautiful bustier top with a Queen Anne neckline. So if it's something you would love to learn, do well to watch to the end of the video, like, share and subscribe. So without further ado, let's jump right into the main video. So I'm going to rule a line here which is going to serve as our shoulder line and our starting point. From there, I'm going to come down to take my vertical measurement. From my shoulder to my bust point is 9.5 inches. I'm going to repeat that here to have a straight line. I'll go ahead and extend the line across. Then from my shoulder line again, I'm going to come down to mark my under bust point. From my shoulder to my under bust is 12 inches. I'm going to mark that and extend the point across as well. Then from the shoulder line again, I'm going to come down to mark my waist point. From my shoulder to my waist in front is 16 inches. You know, from your shoulder to your waist in front and back is not the same because of the bust in front. So do it to take your measurement appropriately. Then for the length of the top, I'm going to be using 21 inches. It depends on how short or long you want yours to be. It can be higher or lesser than this. Go ahead and do whatever you want. All right, I'll go ahead and extend the point across. I will label my lines appropriately. This is my top length, this is my waistline, this is my under bust line, and this is my bust line. I'm going to come to the shoulder line, divide my shoulder by 2, which is 7.5. At that point, I'll come down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope. I'm going to come here to mark my neck width of 3 inches. I'll connect from the neck width all the way to the shoulder slope. The next thing is to mark the chest line. To mark your chest line, you're going to divide your bust by 6, add 1.5 inches to the measurement, and that gives me 7. I'll go ahead and extend the point across. So this line, I'm going to label it my chest line. On my chest line, I'm going to mark my shoulder measurement here to have a straight line, and I'm going to connect from the shoulder slope all the way to the point we just marked on the chest line. I'm going to come to this line, divide what I have here into 2 equal halves to get the midpoint. At the midpoint, I'll go in by half an inch. I'll come to the chest line, divide my bust circumference by 4, and I'll connect all these points to form my armhole. I'll just use my curved rule to just connect all the way to the chest line. The next thing is to mark my dart, and to get your dart, you are going to divide your nipple to nipple measurement. That is your bust span by 2. My nipple to nipple measurement is 7 divided by 2 is 3.5. I'm going to mark the 3.5 on all the lines, on the chest line, bust line, under bust line, waistline, and all the way to the top length. And I'm going to connect all these points together with a straight line. So I'm going to come to my under bust line. I'm going to mark half an inch on both sides of this line, but if you're a plus size person, you can use 1 inch. You can use 1 inch on both sides. I'll also do the same thing on the waistline, half inch on both sides, and also on the top line, half inch on both sides of the line. And I'll go ahead and connect the points together. Then from the bust line, I'm going to come down by 1 inch. The reason why we are doing this is to avoid any form of sharp or pointiness around this bust area, all right? And then I'll just connect the point with my curve this way. The next thing, you're going to determine where you want your neck to start from. You can maintain your chest line. You can decide to come up by 1 inch, 1.5, 2 inches. It depends on how low or high you want your neck to be. So this now become our new chest line. I'm going to mark my nipple to nipple measurement also here, and I will extend this point to that point. We are going to tighten up this area so we don't have any form of gaping here. I'm going to mark half inch on both sides of the line, and then I'll connect it back into the original line. So the next thing is to work on our neckline, our Queen Anne neckline. So it depends on how you want your Queen Anne neckline to be. So I'm just going to come in here by 1.5 inches. So it depends on how you want yours to be, like I said, and I'm going to connect from the neck width all the way to this point, like so. So the next thing is to impute our round body measurement. We've already marked our bust measurement. I'll add my sewing allowance here. I'll come to the underbust, divide my underbust by 4. I'll mark it right here, replace the 1 inch for that, and add my sewing allowance. I'll come to the waistline, divide my waist by 4. I'm going to mark it right here, add the 1 inch for that, and then mark my sewing allowance. I'll come to the top length, divide my hip by 4, replace the 1 inch for that, and then add my sewing allowance. I'll go ahead and shape my pattern by connecting all these points together. So the next thing we are going to do right now is to mark out our bust dart. And to mark out your bust dart, this is the difference you have from your shoulder to your waist in front and back. My shoulder to my waist in front is 16, while the back is 14.5 inches. So the difference is 1.5 inches. I came down from the bust line by 1.5 inches, and I'll connect it this way. So we are going to be cutting this out. By the time you cut this out, you're going to have both the back pattern and the front pattern equal. I'm going to come up here by 2 inches to give it a nice curve. And I will use my curve rule to just connect it into the line this way. So before we cut it out, I'm going to come to this line here and come up by ½ inch here. And I'll connect it back into the line. The reason why we are doing this is for our hand to sit properly, to sit well, so it doesn't gape around this area. All right, this is very necessary. Make sure to do it. So this is going to be our yoke. We are going to cut it out before joining it back. I'll go ahead and cut the pattern paper. I'll make sure to close down your bust dart before cutting out, so you can adjust your line properly if they are not aligning. So make sure to notch where you are joining your yoke, all right, so that you don't have any issue when joining it. And this is basically it for the front pattern. Like I said, make sure to join where your yoke is stopping, and this is basically, we'll keep this aside. For the back pattern, I've already gone ahead to rule out the necessary line, my bust line, waistline, and my top length. I'm going to come to the shoulder line here, divide my shoulder by 2. I'm going to mark it right here. At that point, I'll come down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope. I'll come here to mark my neck width of 3 inches. Make sure the back neck width and the fronts are the same, and then I'll just connect from there to my shoulder slope. I'm going to come down to mark my chest line using the same formula we use for the front. Divide your bust by 6, add 1.5 inches to the measurement. I'll go ahead and extend the point across. I'm going to label this my chest line. On my chest line, I'm going to mark my shoulder measurement here, and I'm going to connect from the shoulder slope all the way to the chest line. I'll come to this line, divide what I have here into 2 to get the midpoint. At the midpoint, I'll go in by ½ inch. I'll come to the chest line, divide my bust circumference by 4, and I'm going to connect all these points to form my armhole. The next thing is to mark the dart. You divide your nipple to nipple measurement by 2. I'm going to mark it on the chest line, bust line, waistline, and on the top length as well. And I'm going to connect all these points together. On my waistline, I'm going to mark ½ inch on both sides of this line. I'll come down by 1 inch from the chest line. I'll come up from the top length by 2 inch, and I'll connect my dart. I'm going to go up by 1 inch from the chest line. This is going to be our new chest line, and I'm going to extend this line across. I'll extend this dart leg all the way to our new chest line, all right? And I'm going to come in here by 1.5 inches. I'm using the same Queen Ann neckline for the back pattern. You can decide on whichever neckline you want for the back. You can use a normal neckline, you can use a keyhole neckline, so it depends on whatever you want. I'm going to tighten up this place also. I'm going to mark ½ inch on both sides of this line so it doesn't gape, since we are using a Queen Ann neckline for the back neckline as well. So we are going to tighten up this place. This is very necessary. The next thing is to impute our round body measurement. We've already marked our bust. Add your sewing allowance. Come to the waistline, divide your waist by 4. I'm going to mark it, replace the 1 inch for that, then add your sewing allowance. Come to the top length, impute your hip measurement divided by 4 there, and then add your sewing allowance. I'll go ahead and shape my pattern paper. So I'm going to come to the waistline here on the zipper allowance and mark ½ inch here. The reason why we are doing this is to eliminate this excess we have around this waist, so we don't have any form of zipper bulge around this area. We're going to be cutting this excess out. And I'm going to come up here by 2 inches to give it a nice curve. I'll just connect it back into the line just the way we did for the front. And this is basically it for the back. I'll just go ahead and cut this out. So I'm going to mark 1/2 inch here also, so that this side doesn't gape. We're going to cut out this area out just the way we did for the front, and this is going to be our yoke. I'll just go ahead and cut it out. So make sure to notch where your yoke is stopping so that you don't have any issue when joining it. We're going to cut ×2 of each piece, and this is basically it for the back. Thank you so much for staying tuned, and I'll see you in the next video.